A silent conversation is happening inside your body right now. A whisper. That shortness of breath climbing the stairs that you blame on old age, that flutter in your chest when you're lying still, or that persistent, unexplained fatigue that hits you every afternoon. That is your heart, trying to talk to you. And for years, I ignored it. Until one fateful afternoon, sitting across from my heart doctor, I realized just how wrong I had been. He didn't just give me a diagnosis. He gave me a map leading to two different futures. He said, and I will never forget these words. Harold, at your age, every day is a choice. A choice between a future of peace, or a future of pills and constant worry. That difference isn't found in a medicine cabinet. It's found in the very habits you repeat unconsciously every day. They are the small cracks, slowly breaking the dam that protects your heart. A dam being broken. I was shocked. For the first time, I truly understood that the danger wasn't a sudden heart attack out of the blue, but a disaster built from the ordinary bricks I laid with my own hands every single day. My doctor outlined those 10 cracks. 10 habits that are silently pushing the hearts of seniors to the brink. And when he got to number 3, I had to look down in shame. I had been doing it for 20 years. Today, I want to give you that map. We will uncover each of these silent destroyers together, from number 10 down to number 1. And be prepared, because right at number 10, we are going to expose a heart health imposter that 9 out of 10 people eat for breakfast, believing it's good for them, when it's actually clogging their arteries and secretly raising their high blood pressure day by day. But, that's still nothing. My promise to you is this: stay with me until the very end. Because the biggest secret, habit number 1, will make you rethink everything. It isn't what you eat. It isn't what you drink. It is the single decision you make the moment you open your eyes each morning, a decision that determines whether your heart is fighting for you, or against you that day. Understanding this won't just help you prevent a heart attack. It will change how you live the remaining years of your golden life. Are you ready for your wake-up call? Let's begin. Before we begin with number 10, allow me to ask you a question. Do you ever feel like you're living on autopilot? We wake up, eat breakfast, read the paper, and do the same things we did yesterday, a routine so familiar that we no longer recognize the small choices we're making. That conversation with my heart doctor, for me, it was as if someone had finally turned off that autopilot. For the first time, I was forced to look at my smallest actions through an entirely different lens, the lens of survival. Now, let's begin that journey of unmasking the truth together. The journey of re-examining 10 habits that perhaps you and I have been doing on autopilot, not knowing they were silently determining our heart's destiny. Habit number 10, falling for the healthy food trap. My doctor showed me an article on the American Heart Association's website. He calls these foods sugar bombs in disguise. They explain that when you consume too much sugar, your body responds with a storm of inflammation. This inflammation causes your artery walls to become stiff and less flexible, like an old, rusty pipe. This forces your heart to struggle to pump blood through those narrowed passages, and that is the root cause of high blood pressure. And here is my confession. For years, I started my day with a bowl of instant cereal with "Good for Heart Health" printed boldly on the box. I thought I was doing the best thing for myself. I felt proud. The feeling when I learned the truth, it was like a betrayal. And here's what I did, the very next day. I swapped that bowl of cereal for 2 boiled eggs and a few slices of avocado, foods rich in good fats and protein that keep me full without spiking my blood sugar. A small change, but it felt like I had taken back control. If you've also believed in these deceptively healthy foods, please leave a comment with the number 1, just so I know I wasn't the only one. Habit number 9, skipping breakfast or eating after 9 a.m. I used to think this was just a personal preference. But my doctor showed me a long-term study published in the prestigious medical journal, JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association. The results sent a chill down my spine. The study revealed that people who regularly skip breakfast have an up to 87% higher risk of death from heart disease. The reason is that after a long night without food, your blood is a bit thicker. Skipping breakfast forces your body to release stress hormones for energy, and these hormones can make your blood more prone to clotting, a direct formula for a heart attack or stroke waiting to happen. What was my small victory? I didn't force myself to eat a huge meal. I started simply, a glass of warm water right when I woke up. About an hour later, a handful of walnuts or a banana. Just a small act to break the fast and tell my heart, hey old friend, I'm here. I'm going to fuel you up for the day ahead. Habit number 8, letting loneliness become your companion. My doctor shared a famous study from Harvard University that followed thousands of people for decades. Their conclusion was clear: chronic social isolation is as dangerous to your heart as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Why? Because loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's a biological state. It increases stress hormones, causes chronic inflammation, weakens the immune system, and makes you more susceptible to cardiovascular disease. And here was my most difficult, yet most rewarding step. I had to fight my shyness. I started by simply walking to the park each afternoon, just to nod and say hello to people passing by. Then, I joined a small local gardening club. For the first time in years, I heard myself laugh out loud. And I felt a lightness in my chest. Are you feeling lonely? If the answer is yes, I want you to know you are not alone in that feeling. Please leave a comment with the number 2, as a signal, and let our community send some encouragement your way. Habit number 7, underestimating sleep and snoring. The National Sleep Foundation links a condition called sleep apnea, where you briefly stop breathing at night, directly to an increased risk of heart failure. That sudden lack of oxygen puts incredible stress on the heart. My confession is that I used to boast about needing little sleep, while my wife complained about my snoring. My solution was simple: I started sleeping on my side and used an extra pillow. Habit number 6, fearing all types of fat. Harvard Medical School guidance emphasizes the importance of unsaturated fats for lowering bad cholesterol, LDL. For years, I avoided all fats, even throwing away egg yolks. My solution was to rediscover the joy and benefits of avocados, olive oil, and salmon. It was a delicious victory for my heart health. Habit number 5, becoming a prisoner of the armchair. A study in The Lancet famously stated, a sedentary lifestyle is the new smoking. My doctor explained that the muscles in our legs are our second heart. My habit was watching TV for hours. My solution: I set an old-fashioned alarm clock to go off every 30 minutes, reminding me to stand up and walk around the house. Habit number 4, taking painkillers as a routine. A warning from the FDA clearly states that common NSAIDs, like ibuprofen, can increase your high blood pressure and cause fluid retention, burdening the heart. I used to pop them for my old age back pain. My solution was to switch to non-drug alternatives like heat pads and gentle stretching. Habit number 3, ignoring your body's whispers. The NIH highlights that atypical heart attack symptoms are common in seniors, things like extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, or even jaw pain. My confession is that I ignored these very whispers before my warning chest pain. My solution now is to keep a simple health journal, noting any new or unusual feelings. Habit number 2, carrying the invisible weight around your waist. The Journal of the American College of Cardiology published a study showing that waist size is a more accurate predictor of heart risk than BMI. This is due to visceral fat, an inflammation-producing factory. My wake-up call was an old pair of pants that no longer fit. My solution wasn't a crash diet, but small changes, cutting my rice portion in half and taking a 10-minute walk after dinner. We've walked through 9 cracks. 9 things that, very likely, you've seen a reflection of yourself in, all backed by the world's leading medical institutions. But all of them, as critical as they are still not the root of the problem. Now, take a deep breath, because habit number 1, the largest crack, the boulder blocking the flow of our health, is about to be revealed. I have to confess something to you. As my doctor went through the first 9 habits, despite a little embarrassment, deep down I felt a sense of relief. Ah, these are things I can fix, I told myself. Just eat differently, walk a little more. But then, he stopped, looked me straight in the eye, and the air in the room seemed to thicken. He said, "Harold, those first 9 things were just the symptoms. Now, we're going to talk about the actual disease." He asked me a question that still echoes in my mind every single day. "Harold, when you wake up in the morning, what gets you out of bed?" I was silent. A long silence. Because the sad truth was, nothing. Routine? Yes. Responsibility? Not much anymore. But joy? A reason? A purpose? It had vanished long ago. And that, my friends, is habit number 1. The deepest and most dangerous crack of all. Habit number 1, living a life without a purpose. Just as I was about to protest, to say this was too vague, MYY doctor presented an undeniable truth. He cited a groundbreaking study from Johns Hopkins Medicine, one of the most respected medical institutions in the world. They proved that people suffering from depression, or even just a simple feeling of being lost, had up to 64% higher risk of having a heart attack or dying from cardiovascular disease. Why? Because when the mind loses its purpose, the body responds by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone, 24 hours a day. It creates a silent storm of inflammation, an invisible killer that erodes your artery walls from the inside out, even if you're eating right and exercising enough. And here is my story, after my wife passed away and I retired. My world went from color to gray. Waking up each morning was a burden. I was merely existing, not living. I would stare out the window for hours, listening to the TV but not hearing a word. I felt useless, like a burden. And I could feel it in my chest, a constant, heavy weight. That was my heart, crying out in desperation. Until one day, I decided to do something crazy. I turned on this camera. I started telling my story, hoping I could help just one person. And something miraculous happened. Your comments. Your shares. The stories you told me. You gave me a reason to wake up. You gave me a purpose. You didn't just heal my soul. You, all of you, became the most powerful medicine for my heart. That isn't a poetic phrase. That is a biological fact. Now, it's your turn. The most powerful medicine for your heart health might not be in your cabinet. It lies deep within your soul. Find it again. A purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. Tending to a plant. Finishing a book. Calling your grandchild. Teaching a friend something you know. Anything that makes you feel like you are still giving, still connecting. Do you believe that a purpose can heal a heart? If you do, please leave me a comment with the word believe. Just one word. As an affirmation for yourself, and for all of us. And so, the biggest secret has been revealed. I know, the feeling right now might be a bit overwhelming. As if you've just stood before a mirror and seen all the cracks you've tried to ignore. But I want you to take a deep breath with me, and exhale. And please, hear this, the moment you recognize a crack is not a moment for despair. It is the very moment your power begins. Because an enemy is only terrifying when it hides in the shadows. Once you have called it by its name, you have already taken away 90% of its strength. And the most wonderful part? The path to fixing these cracks is not just a theory. It has been proven. A massive study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, one of the most prestigious medical journals on the planet, followed tens of thousands of people and concluded that changing just 5 basic lifestyle habits could prevent up to 80% of all heart attacks. 80%. That number is astonishing. It tells us that genetics and age are not a life sentence. It is our daily choices that hold the real power. My doctor gave me a wise piece of advice, distilled from these very studies. He said, "Harold, don't try to build a castle in a day. Start by laying one single brick, perfectly. Choose one thing. Just one thing from this list that feels the easiest for you to start with. Perhaps this week, you just focus on walking for an extra 10 minutes a day, an act the American Heart Association confirms can significantly reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. Perhaps this week, you simply swap your cereal for 2 eggs, aligning with nutritional guidance from Harvard Medical School to stabilize your blood sugar. Celebrate that small victory. Feel the difference. Because each of these small actions is an affirmation you send to the universe, to your own body, that says, I choose life. I choose heart health. I choose a future that is backed by science. To turn this scientific knowledge into concrete action, my team and I have spent time creating a small gift for you. It's more than just a list. It's a health map for your heart, built upon the guidelines from the world's leading medical organizations. It lists all 10 habits, their proven dangers, and the simple solutions we've discussed. It is yours at absolutely no cost. Imagine you can print it out and put it on your refrigerator door. Every morning, as you reach for the milk, you'll see it. It will be your companion, your doctor at home, reminding you that you are on the right path, a path illuminated by science. This checklist is called Harold's Heart Healthy Habits Checklist. To get it, you just need to look in the description box right below this video. There will be a line that starts with Download here. You just need to click on it. It's that simple. If you have any trouble, don't hesitate to ask your children or grandchildren for help. Consider it another opportunity to connect and share this valuable knowledge with them. This isn't just a piece of paper. This is the tool for you to turn science into action and to take back control of your health. Thank you for your patience and for trusting me on this journey. It means the world to me. Now, it's time for us to breathe and prepare to take those first steps. Our conversation today is coming to a close, but I believe your true journey is just beginning. Imagine this: you are standing at the head of a beautiful trail on a clear morning. The map is in your hands. The path has been illuminated by science. There is no more fog, no more confusion. Now, the choice of which path to take, and more importantly, the power to take that very first step, is entirely yours. And I want you to know that whichever small step you choose to begin with, you will never have to walk it alone. Before we say goodbye, if you have felt even a spark of hope or a bit of inspiration from this conversation, may I ask you for a few small favors? These aren't technical requests, but ways for us to build something much bigger, together. First, you'll see a like button with a thumbs up icon just below. When you click it, you're not just saying, I like this video. You are lighting a small torch. That torch will help others, who are also lost in the darkness of worry, to find this light. Think of a father, a grandfather, a friend somewhere out there. Your small action could be the very answer they are searching for. Next is the red subscribe button. To me, this is the most personal one. When you click it, it's like a silent promise. A promise to yourself that I will prioritize my health. And it's also a message to me that says, Harold, please save me a seat for the next conversation. Because our Healthy with Harold family will continue to explore many more important topics, from improving our sleep to nurturing a sharp mind. And finally, the most important place, our shared front porch, right in the comments section below. This is a safe place for you to share. I read every single comment, because they are a priceless source of motivation for me. Please, let me know how you are feeling right now. Leave a comment with the number 3 if you feel more hopeful and ready to take action. Or leave the number 4 if you're still feeling a bit overwhelmed and could use some encouragement. There are no wrong answers. Your comment might be the very one that another member of our community needs to read today. Remember, taking care of your heart is not a burden or an obligation. It is the act of honoring the wonderful life you have lived, with all its triumphs, its sacrifices, and its joys. It is the most precious gift you can give to your children, your spouse, and your loved ones who need you here, healthy and at peace. The gift of reassurance. The gift of time. And most importantly, it is the deepest thank you that you can give to yourself. A thank you to this resilient body, which has worked tirelessly to keep you alive, loved, and able to experience life to this very day. Thank you for being an invaluable part of the Healthy with Harold community. Your presence makes this journey so much more meaningful. This is Harold, signing off, and I truly look forward to seeing you in our next conversation.